Welcome back to Talking Point. With rising affluence, pet ownership in Singapore has also gone up. According to the National Development Ministry, over 53,000 households here keep dogs as pets. This is a 23% increase compared to 2005. While most people would prefer to buy a puppy instead of adopting grown dogs, Pet Lovers Center, usually you get inquiries about people wanting to buy puppies, is that right? Are they resistant to buying larger dogs, or what do you know?
First thing I need to clarify, Pet Lover Center, we actually do not sell dogs and cats.
Okay.
But we do at our Pet Safari outlet and our Holland Village outlet have a tenant inside that sells dogs and cats.
Okay.
As far as dogs and cats are concerned, actually Pet Lover Center prefers people to adopt a pet. That is why it tied up with ASD, Action for Singapore Dogs, to do this scheme whereby if you adopt a dog from ASD, Pet Lover Center will provide financial aid. So Pet Lover Center really wants to get as many people to adopt dogs and cats as possible.
Okay, I mean, we've heard that there are, however, other pet shop owners, pet shops who sell dogs. I mean, and what are some of the regulations they are required to follow currently?
With regards to sale, for best practices, we encourage them to provide client education and advise potential pet owners on what's required to maintain and keep the pet and care for the pet, so that hopefully they make an informed decision regarding the pet they're buying. But on our side, I mean, we've been educating the general public to consider carefully before they get a pet, and on our website we also have a checklist for potential pet owners to go through before they get a pet, and also we have checklists for people wanting to buy a puppy or a kitten or small mammals, so they can run through these checklists before they get a pet, and hopefully that will help them along the way.
Deirdre, what are some of the horror stories you've heard about cruelty in pet shops and owners? I mean, do you find that people in general do go to the website to check out, make these considerations before they buy a pet?
I think basically, as much as you have, responsible pet owners who do everything for their pets, that they know about it before they get into it, and it's a family commitment, there are just as many, if not more, ignorant people who buy because it's cute, they buy on impulse. And that's what we've seen a lot of, obviously, when people come and give up the animals to us, and compared to years ago when you used to have older pedigree dogs given up, now you even get puppies given up. And basically, I think looking at the bigger picture, I think education is so important to educate youth, the young, and that's why, we've had an education program, for the last 25 years, because it's very hard to change the adult mindset. And I think it's as much as you can have campaigns in the press, which we've had a lot of in previous years, and you're still going to get a sector of the population. It's a universal problem. People buy because of status symbols. They get influenced, they see movies, maybe they like that pet, that particular breed, and they go out and buy it without thinking, because actually pedigree puppies are very cute and expensive, but yeah, it is a consumer society. Pets are being purchased and thrown out. It's very sad. We're seeing evidence of that every single day at the SPCA.
Well, hopefully the crisis will mean that few people will make these impulse buys. I'm just hoping. I don't know whether you see a trend that in the past few years that as Singapore has got more affluent and more people are buying dogs. Do you see a proliferation of pet shops and breeders in Singapore?
The proliferation of dog and cat pet shops. In fact, the number of pet shops has dropped from the Lohan days, the Lohan fish days. But the number of dog ownership has risen over the past few years. So until, as you mentioned earlier on, it's now about 56,000.
56,000.
Yes, 56,000. So yes, more people are owning.
But these 56,000 will be licensed
dogs.
Do you get a sense that that the real number could be more?
It's possibly more.
Yes. How much more?
It's probably at least 30 to 40% more.
Wow.
Yeah, because we come across a lot of people that don't have licensed dogs in our work.
Right.
But I think the compulsory microchipping that the authorities introduced a couple of years ago. That was a good step, but it's going to take some years yet before actually everybody microchips their dogs. Yeah.
Do you make sure that all the pets which are sold are microchipped? I mean, all dogs, now all puppies which are sold have to be microchipped.
This for us,
yes, you don't sell it, I know, but your tenants or the people, how do you ensure?
I'm not so sure about microchipping for them, but I think they would definitely encourage them to microchip.
They have to be required to. Okay.
In the past, I think if you wanted to buy insurance for your pet, you would have to microchip your dog.
Actually, last year we received 1,100 lost dogs. Only a third of them got claimed back, and most of them did not have any ID or microchips. Wow.
So the sum is quite a lot.
And most of them were pedigree.
Oh, wow. So which means people are selling them. I mean, obviously, that is what it means without hobbyists. Homebred.
Yeah, homebred and sold to friends.
Oh, would you be able to?
I think quite a number would. I mean, I think pet farms. I think a lot of them are sold on pet farms. Yeah.
What are the considerations a pet owner should have before he considers getting a dog? Any pet?
Well, I think number one, do I have the time to look after it? And if it's a family together, then everybody should be agreeing on it, and somebody has to be overall responsible. And money is also an issue, I mean, vet bills aren't cheap, and it's not only providing basic food, shelter, it's also having the time, because we're seeing a lot of cases where pedigree dogs, big ones, are bought and they're caged up for the whole day, and it's because, I'm training the dog. I think a lot of them pay attention to what they see in the pet shop. They see the dog in a cage and they think that's okay. So I think education at the point of sale is very important. I think you can't do enough. You also have to read up. There's only so much you can tell a person on the spot when they're buying. They should even think about it. Don't buy it immediately. Go back, discuss it. Do we really have the time? Because at the end of the day, it's the animal that's going to suffer if you don't have the time to look after it.
What do you think pet shops should do?
Which is why at our shop level, as I mentioned earlier, we have these pet care consultants. And these pet care consultants are vet trained. So what they are equipped to do is they are equipped to give the knowledge about how to look after the pet and what to get ready in terms of the vet bills and things like the grooming, the maintenance, the time and all that. So hopefully this kind of service will be able to give these potential buyers more information when they are making their decisions to buy.
Thank you very much, and Dr. Liao, we just last heard from you, but what would you like Singaporeans to do when they are considering buying a pet?
To make sure that they're committed, and as Livermore said, that they have the time, and it's a timely decision. And please choose a pet that suits your lifestyle.
Thank you very much to all of you for joining us today. Well, having a pet is a lifelong commitment and responsibility. Remember, there are many animals out there at the SPCA or any of the animal shelters who need a home. Consider adoption instead of buying. Email us your views at talkingpoint@channelnewsasia.com. Good night.